This is ESPN ABC. Welcome to the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. So this is the pregame show right now because the Chicago Sky will take on the Phoenix Mercury, but we have a showdown because the West Belt sisters will compete against each other for today. We have Catherine Westbelt and Manny Westbelt. They're both sisters on two different teams. I just can't believe how the showdown is going to be looking like.
Offensive weapons everywhere. It's going to be somebody different scoring points each and every night.
It's overflow.
Kind of a great legacy, just trying to continue greatness. Aerial actors start sticking her tongue out. She's feeling it.
Angel Reese operating the Chicago offense.
It doesn't matter about sex. I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to win.
So it looks like there are going to be many Westbelt sisters. We'll be having a showdown today.
Studios here in Bristol, as you just saw, the block is hot. It's just haters. That was tough. That was actually kind of tough. I've always wanted to
So yes, it was the first year summer, and this is the sandal season. So that means get your sandals ready, guys.
Do y'all have a separate group chat? Because what's with the pink?
We might.
You didn't want to include me in the.
You're human monochromatic.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, when we want to go into the neutral tones group chat, that's when we involve you.
Bring black tomorrow.
We are certainly getting excited for a big matchup in Chicago. We're going to set the table. We'll do all of that. But the last time we all sat at this desk together was opening weekend of the W season. Clearly, a lot has happened since then, so catch me up. Let's start with our big three performances of the season so far.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to go to opening day because I feel like opening day set the tone for what the rest of this WNBA season has been. So Nafisa Collier ties the record for most points on opening day with 34 points. And then later that night, again, this is all on opening day, Kelsey Plum breaks the record for most points on opening day when she puts up 37 against the Golden State Valkyries. And an extra note on this Valkyries game, the Valkyries showed out by setting a record for the most and highest attendance for a new franchise.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep picking it up where you dropped it down because the WNBA has been making history from the opening tip. I mean, Caitlin Clark, triple-double club, started the season with a bang, 20, 10, and 10. And then Angel Reese, she joined the party, her first triple-double, 11, 13, and 11. So these sophomores are sensational.
I'm going to go a little more recent because Sabrina Ionescu over the last week has had back-to-back 34-point explosions. She was massive in the Liberty's comeback win over the Dream on Tuesday, and right now she is pacing a Liberty team that is still short-handed with injuries to Jonquil Jones. Lady Fibish has some overseas commitment. She has been otherworldly for the defending champs right now. And when you take a look at where we sit right now in the rankings.
Now the standings right now, the Lynx are in the first place right now. That starts in 2017. And New York Liberty, they're now in the second place. This starts in 2024. They used to be number one team. I don't know what happened. The Phoenix Mercury, they're behind in the third place. Atlanta Dream, they're in fourth place. And Seattle Storm, they're in the fifth place.
And let's just be totally honest, okay? When we opened up the season, people looked at that Valkyries roster and they were incredibly underwhelmed. And now they're making history as an expansion team.
Can I please have my solo shot, please? Because I feel like I have to show respect where respect is due and stand 10 toes down on this. Golden State, Valhalla, Natalie Nakase. I was unfamiliar with your game. You guys have really showed up and showed out. I judge the book by its cover because look at this. If you see this graphic, a lot of people were like, okay, what will this team bring to the table as a first year in their franchise? They already have 8 players averaging over 8 points per game. And the reason why we were questionable about this squad was because they have 7 internationally born players, 6 undrafted players. Don't matter. You better ball. You better bring your ball to Valhalla because they are really reigning. And it starts with Kayla Thornton, who leads them in scoring. She has that championship pedigree coming off of a tremendous season with the New York Liberty. Now she brings that experience. And again, she is just
energy.
You want energy, toughness. And when she steps on the floor, she plays like she's the best player. But you have to think about the supporting cast too. Whether it has been Veronica Burton or so many other players that have stepped up, Monique Billings, LA coming back, La coming back. Like, I look at this squad, they're stars in their roles, and they're multiple roles, and I really love how they have caught the league by surprise.
I want to give Natalie Nakase a ton of credit. First time head coach, but knows what she wants from her team. I'm watching this Valkyries team play, and I'm like, they have an identity. This is their first season together as a group.
Welcome to the WNBA
You mentioned
pregame show.
I've got to give her a little more credit as well, because to me, she is the front runner for most improved. I mean, you talk about a player that was cut last season, picked up by Connecticut, and only started one game, played 12 minutes last season. Now she's starting every game for the Valkyries. She's averaging 12 points per game. To me, what Veronica Burton does on both sides of the ball and her having a steady role, come on.
I think the most improved is really interesting. I know we're very shortly into the season. Like, it's only been like
The most improved player. We trust odds. We really trust odds.
No, I just want to put her in the conversation, because sometimes when you're already a good player, it means that it's harder for you to win that type of award. Yeah. Going to 20 points per game, improving her field goal percentage by 10%. They're also fourth, where last year they finished eighth. A lot of new pieces. She's taken the next step, but I do think we're settling.
Why
when it comes to
do
her.
you have so much?
She could be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, I'm like, and not that this is not a knock to most improved at all, because it's an amazing award. But Leash has been doing this. Leash was locked down at Dallas. She got freed up when she moved to Atlanta, and now she has a team around her in Atlanta with chemistry. This, to me, is more a sign of the dream as a team. Yeah. Leash has been doing this. We saw what she did at the All-Star game last season. She won both contests. She's an Olympian. Like, to me, if you're not familiar with Alicia Gray's game, you just haven't been paying attention. Leash has been doing this.
Look, okay, maybe most improved franchise.
Well, her numbers are like MVP.
But
like
still,
numbers.
I like it when we show players that can make that jump, and she's making that jump to like being a top option.
Listen, I'm not going to be the homer and say it because I'm from Atlanta, so is Gray. But the dream, I think, have been incredibly surprising for a team that were dead last in points per game last year, and now all of a sudden they're third in the league, and they are knocking them down for three. Ryan Howard leads the league in threes as well. Yeah. They've been a fun surprise for an Atlanta city that is starved to be relevant in basketball.
We
did it!
You guys would know.
Exactly. You would certainly know. All right, as we take a look at...
This is what we're talking about with the Atlanta Dream. I mean, look at the three-point shooting. So this action, you got two on the ball with Alicia Gray, which makes sense because she's that good. One defender is in the paint. When BG rolls, new addition to the team, Ryan Howard is going to slip out to the wing. Wide open three. Bottom of the net. That's what Ryan Howard does. She's an all-star. She knows how to play this game at a very high level. Now, why do you put two on the ball when Alicia Gray has it? Because she is deadly with the ball in her hands. You've got two screens happening at the same time. Ryan Howard is pinning in Camila Cardoso, so she's not at the level of the screen. So Leash can get to her strong left hand and finish. She's been doing that all season long. So it's threes, it's on the inside, and the biggest addition to this Atlanta Dream team are the shooting bigs. Watch Bree Jones. She's active. She's setting a flare screen for Alicia Gray, but BG is posting up. There were questions on if these two bigs could play together. When Steph Dolson goes to help, who's wide open from three? Brianna Jones, and she has been knocking them down at a higher clip than we have ever seen in her career. The way that Carl Smesko has gotten the guards and the bigs. Naz Hillman is knocking down threes. BG is taking them. Bree Jones. Atlanta as a team has been pleasantly surprising. It's been fun to watch.
I know you both like to hear that as our fellow. Was it Atlantans? Atlantans?
AT-aliens.
But I also, actually, you keep that. You alien. AT-alien. Go ahead. You keep that.
I was going to say, well, look, you mentioned it, but I did want to give a quick nod to Carl Smesko because a lot of people going, okay, Florida Gulf Coast,
New
that
coaches.
might work down there, but this is the W, and his offensive execution, he's absolutely doing it, and so are the Atlanta Dream. But again, we're getting ready for the Chicago Sky and Phoenix Mercury, and we will see Kalia Copper, who has only played a pair of games this season. She underwent a left knee procedure, arthroscopy, if you will. Her return is going to be a huge addition to a thriving Mercury team. I mean, they haven't really needed to be at full strength, and they're still seeing the results. She averaged 21 points per game last season. That was the third most in the league. We're joined now by three-time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist, Finals MVP, Kalia Copper. There we go. We did you dirty with that angle, sis. How you doing, Ka?
Okay. I'm good. What's up with y'all?
Yeah, we're doing well. I mean, listen, you've had a couple of games under your belt, but I just want you to walk us through what the process has been like, not only coming back from a knee procedure, but trying to acclimate yourself to a completely revamped team than the one you played with a year ago.
I mean, I'm so grateful that I have great staff here in Phoenix, great teammates. I feel no pressure to like be perfect right now to get back.
I can drive in 5 minutes.
The pressure's off. I just feel like I just got to give myself some grace with this whole thing, and then I'll be fine.
You know, Kyle, when you talk about your teammates, what has stood out to you as you watch them on the floor, on the offensive end, on the defensive end? What stands out to you the most?
The defense. I think we really like compete at that end. We know what we can do offensively, but the way we lock in and compete defensively, I love that.
And Kyle, what has it been like tag teaming with Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabali? What have they brought to this new version of the Phoenix Mercury?
Breath of fresh air, some consistency, and just like some real vet leadership. So I'm just super grateful for them, and they've been great.
You know, Kyle, I know you are loving Phoenix and you speak so highly about this team. You also had so much success in Chicago. You won a championship in that city. What's it like being back in Chicago today?
Yeah, I love Chicago. Chicago.
Well, I don't know.
It's the place where I became who I am as a person and a player, as a superstar in this league. So just kudos to them.
And the Mercury squad is building off of your stardom, because if you think about the style in which you guys play, it's fast-paced, it's fierce. How has it been transitioning in styles like this?
It's been great. I mean, they give me a lot of space, and I take pride in, you know, the vision that Nate has for us, and then just trying to like build on that.
All right, I know you have love for both of these cities, so before we let you go, I'm going to force you to do a start, sit. Start, Chicago deep dish, or Arizona street tacos?
Ooh, I don't really like the deep dish, y'all, so I'm definitely starting them tacos.
Okay, I agree. I'm with you, sis. Ka, we really appreciate your time. Good luck today. It's a pleasure watching you play. We're glad you're back, sis.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Good luck, Kyle.
All right, so much more coming your way on WNBA Countdown. Angel Reese can do it all. Rebounds, me-bounds. Today's going to break down her game and what's making her so dominant on the boards. And is it deja vu? Lynx and Liberty dominant again this season. So could we see them square off again in the finals? The ladies are telling us who could shake up their season next. Stick around.
We'll see you around.
In our way, which is the good news.
It's just a matter of us locking in. Like, we know how we need to bring it every night.
We'll be right back on the other side. But this is presented by...
WNBA Countdown on ABC is presented by Google.
It's Google. Oh, God.
WNBA.
And by Nike.
Just do it. And
Smell is
AT&T.
very, very
Connecting
bad.
changes everything.
We'll be right back after this.